Welcome to the House of Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. I am your host and your resident tribal chief, Hammer. Do me a favor, y'all. You already know the routine when y'all come in here and you see that.
Acknowledge me.
For those that are new in here, though, do not let it be your last time. Break them thumbs, hit them subs, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, fantasy, and more. Salute to everybody in the chat. I am back after a long 5 days in Vegas. And of course, sitting in the airport watching that shit show of a game against the Chicago Bears, a team that is now 2-5, a team that put us at 3-4, a quarterback, a quarterback, undrafted, out of a Division two school, Tyson Bagden, I think is the name, realistically.
Who the fuck is that guy?
And of course, we play a team of a terrible record, terrible offense. Defense isn't the best in the world, and as usual, we play down to them. So let's go through the stats real quick. I'm going to pull up the rundown as well. And at some point tonight, I want to hear from each and every single one of y'all because I'm pissed. I will go off on a tangent at some point, but we're going to get into this, man. We're going to get into this, and I'm going to go through a roll call. You know what? Let's go through the roll call right now because I already see you guys flooding the chat with everything, all your frustrations. Shout out to Hug D's, a.k.a. John Corgan. Fire McDaniels. Raider Primo, salute. Raider Rudy, X7608, YouTube. Tomb Raider, Lumpy, Shark doo. Raider Jimmy, CT. Mason Blue was good. Super Omni, what's good? Am I missing anybody? Khalil King, Salvador, Dan, Eagletarian, Loco. It's getting packed in here already. Terry, what's good? Isaiah, what's good? Omar, salute. Yeah, it's getting crazy in here already, and I appreciate each and every single one of y'all that are pulling up. Well, again, let me get the rundown screen up real quickly. If it wants to cooperate with me, there you go. And let's go through quick stats real quickly. Again, I was able to watch the game. I was waiting on my flight home anyways yesterday, so I was able to see everything that went on, the piss poor show that we all subjected ourselves to yesterday. And let's just go through the box score real quickly. Actually, team stats first. I apologize. First downs 23-20 in favor of the Bears. Total plays 69-60 in favor of the Bears. Total yards 323-235 Bears. Both teams had 9 total drives. Yards per play 3.9 for us, 4.7 for the Bears. Passing 196-150 in favor of us. Rushing 39 yards for the Raiders, 173 for the Bears. I swear we cannot seem to stop the run. Year in and year out, this has been the ongoing thing the last 2 years. Penalties, we actually had some type of discipline. 2 penalties for 15 yards, while the Bears had 9 for 110. Total possession, 34-06 for the Bears, 25-54 for the Raiders. Let's go into the passing yard leaders, the rushing yard leaders, and receiving as well. Brian Hoyer, 17-32, 129 yards, 2 interceptions. Go figure. Can't tell me you didn't see that coming. Tyson Bagent, 21 of 29, 162 yards, 1 touchdown. Rushing, Jacobs, 11 carries, 35 yards, which is under 3 yards a carry for those that know math. Foreman, 16 carries, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams in the receiving department, 7 receptions for 57 yards. DJ Moore, 8 receptions, 54 yards. Shout out to Mitchell Renz. Much love to him, much respect to him. I was watching his live earlier today, and apparently he had the opportunity to message a couple of Raiders who shall remain anonymous. And these guys are venting their frustrations as well as it pertains to Josh McButo, Josh McDickless, Josh McDouchebag. It's probably a whole bunch of them. And, you know, you guys see the screen. You guys see the floating emojis. You guys want to continue with that. We can flood the chat, flood the screen with tents. We can flood the chat with fires and clowns. I think that would be the best one today because this is our overreaction Monday. We fucking lost to a team that is 1-5, 1-4. Now, I'm sorry, 1-5, and now they're 2-5. So you guys want to get that going, get that ball rolling all over the screen. Like I said, flame emojis, clowns, just flood it, because this is realistically right now we are in the middle of a 3-ring circus, and that 3-ring actually really comes down to one: the center of the main star attraction, Josh McDouchebag. We saw a bunch of this bullshit last year. Early in the season, had great leads at halftime. You steered away from shit that worked. You want to go the conservative route. You lost a game to a guy with no head coaching experience in the NFL, was hired 3 days before we played them, and they beat us. That's Jeff Saturday and the Indianapolis Colts. We played an LA Rams team, did not have a quarterback, signed Baker Mayfield 3 days before the game or 2 days before the game he started. They beat us. Stupid mistake by Jerry Tillery, but a whole bunch of other shit happened in that game as well. We fast forward to yesterday afternoon at Soldier Field. I do believe there is a spirit looking out for the Chicago Bears right now. For those that don't know, Bear great Dick Butkus passed away 2 weeks ago. About an hour and a half before they played the Commanders, and they dog walked the Commanders. But yesterday, we don't even have to go to. Let's not start with yesterday. Let's go back a couple more games. Let's do that. Steelers, you had an opportunity to capitalize. You go for not capitalize, but try to catch up, and you kick a field goal late in the game. You play the Chargers, 1st and goal on the 4-yard line. You had the opportunity to score and tie the game. You throw an interception, game Chargers. Yesterday, you start Brian Hoyer. Yesterday, you decide to put Aiden O'Connell in with 2 minutes left in the game, and he actually did well for those last 2 minutes. Garbage time, whatever you want to call it. You're down 21-3. I think it was 21-3 if I remember correctly. And if I'm wrong, you guys can correct me in the chat. 4th and goal. 4th and goal. Instead of trying to go for it and get some points, you go and kick a field goal. This conservative shit does not work. The Patriot way does not work. The Patriot way and the conservative Josh McDaniels are one and the same. Point blank, period. That is not the Raider way. Conservative, not the Raider way in any way, shape, or form. 2 seasons in, if I remember correctly, the record right now for Josh McDaniels 2.0 as a coach is 9-14 right now as it stands as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I mentioned Mitchell Renz earlier, and Mitchell Renz, like I said, spoke to several players. Those players shall remain anonymous right now that have vented their frustrations. This dude has lost the locker room entirely. And if I was one of the leaders in that locker room right now, if I was one of those captains, I'm sorry, I would storm into Mark Davis's office and really just put it out there, because there's no way anybody wants to play for this guy. Mitchell Renz, again, one of the players that he had messaged, stated that the Bears knew exactly what the hell we were doing on offense, time and time and time again. Again, the trick plays, the conservative shit should be way, way, way out the window. This is not New England. This is not Tom Brady's offense. Realistically, the Patriot way is the Tom Brady way. Because from the time he left there, when was the last time the Patriots won a fucking championship? Tell me. Tell me. This dude sticks to things that he knows. He sticks to players that he knows. You could have had any quarterback during the free agency period. You could have actually attempted to try to get Aaron Rodgers here. You stuck to someone you know. And that dude has been broken down the entire season. He doesn't show up until the tail end of training camp. He gets a concussion at the Steelers game. He gets a back injury the week before. Again, if Vegas had odds on how long Jimmy Garoppolo was going to last, then I think a lot of you guys would have been really, really some rich people right now. You guys probably could have filled the seats at Allegiant realistically. It's a sin to continue to see this. You have guys on this team right now that really don't do shit either. Brandon Bolden, what the fuck are you doing for us right now? You're not utilizing Hunter Renfrow at all. Are you trading him next week? You might as well tell each and every single one of us if you're trading him by the deadline on Halloween. Are you trading him, yes or no? You made some signings during the offseason. Again, familiar faces. You brought Jacoby Myers in. I can't knock Jacoby Myers because he's actually doing a pretty good job as a number 2 receiver for our organization right now. So I can't even knock him for that. But you spent money. It seems like you were doing the same thing that you did last year. You're putting more money into the offense than you were the defense. The defense for the last few weeks has been very, very solid. Yesterday, I'm not putting blame on the defense for the simple fact that your offense couldn't do dick. Your offensive scheme sucks. Your offensive scheme is outdated. Your offensive scheme is dry as fuck. I could say something a hell of a lot worse, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Something's got to give. Like you guys see on the rundown, seat heating up, that seat is burning. That seat is flaming right now. You know what? Might as well just throw it up anyways. This is what that seat looks like right now. Something has to give. I did want to put a poll up. I'm not going to put the poll up. I'll just ask you guys in the chat right now, and you can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down emoji. Is Josh McDaniels going to be fired before the season's end or on Black Monday? Thumbs up if you think he's going to be fired sooner. Give me a thumbs down if you think he's going to be fired on Black Monday. Shout out to .com on becoming a member. Bro, I got your message. I was away. I will hit you up when I get a chance, bro. Much love, much respect to you. I will start highlighting the chat momentarily as well. Appreciate you. If you guys want to become a member to the channel, the link is pinned to the top. We have the emojis. We have the giveaways, all that fun stuff. We're going to start doing some contests as we get further into this. Let me just highlight that real quick. There we go. There it is. .com. Appreciate you, brother. Really do. All right, so I'm looking at it. I wish I could have just put the poll up. A lot of people are saying that he's going to be fired before the season is over. That's the thumbs up. The thumbs down is Black Monday. For those that don't know, Black Monday is the first Monday when the season's over. Which normally I'm the type of person, and don't crucify for. Well, you can't crucify me for it. At times, you look at teams throughout the league and you kind of know what's coming. So I'm one of those people that waits for Black Monday to be like, oh, that one's gone, that one's gone, that one's gone, whatever. Van City, I didn't see it. Do me a favor and throw it back up in the chat. I'd really appreciate it, bro. A shout out to those that are actually responding to that right now. I don't know what's been up with this chat lately. Oh, there it is. It has its moments where it actually wants to act up, and I can't really highlight like I like to. This is why I wonder if Dave gave one more shot. He's made his mistakes, sure, every GM does. But do we see if Zieg will stay without his friend and let him choose the next guy? Vance, that's a good question. And I've seen other people ask this question as well. I think if Ziegler's gone, I'm sorry. If McDaniels is gone, I don't think Ziegler's going to be gone. I really don't. I've said this before when it comes to Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels dictates. It's clear as day. You're not a head coach, but you want to control, you control your offense. You call your offense, you're the one that runs that offense. It's not Mick Lombardi, which that dude should be the one doing this. You need to focus on everything else. Like I said, as a head coach, and this is from experience, head coaching, you're wearing a lot of hats. You have a lot to worry about. Stop focusing on one thing and worry about everything else, realistically. Like I said, I'm not blaming the defense for yesterday's game. There were some things that I saw that were get your shit together. The arm tackling, the missed tackles. I don't know if you guys saw Amik Robertson get bungeed. Like I had to put my head down when I saw that. This shit is just, it's frustrating. And at this point, we absolutely, as a whole, as a nation, as my second family, you guys know I love y'all. We deserve better. We deserve a hell of a lot better. And something has to give, and it needs to give now. Like, we are removed 2 years ago from a wild card playoff game in a season that was filled with tons of adversity. Gruden, Ruggs, Madden passing away. Like, we overcame so much adversity. We had an interim head coach in Rich Bisaccia, and we made it into the playoffs. And then we hired Josh McDaniels. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I was excited for it, because you guys know I wasn't. What I said was, when we hired Josh McDaniels, that you learn through life lessons, right? And normally those life lessons will either make you better, make you stronger, or you're going to continue to do the same thing. Josh McDaniels, as it stands, is doing the same thing as his second stint as a head coach in the NFL. Stick to what you know, be an offensive coordinator somewhere else, but get the fuck away from Las Vegas, because you are killing this organization right now. You're sabotaging this organization right now with your mindset, your conservative moves, you bringing back Patriots. There's another one you did bring back, another face you were familiar with that you brought back. And we see where that went. Shout out to Chandler Jones, by the way. But something's got to give, man. Something's really got to fucking give. I'm at my wit's end with this right now, man. I am. You know what's funny? And I just saw that in the chat. Hold up. Again, this chat, somebody just said it. Where the hell is it? And I'm not playing any Josh McDaniels press conferences today because I don't want to hear this dude again. I really don't. I'm sick of it. Somebody just said it, and I can't seem to find it now. Shout out to Brian Hicks. Thank you for becoming a new subscriber. Welcome to the vault, bro. You guys see at the top right, we are 28 away from 7K. I was kind of hoping while you guys were watching the live with Graf and Wasted yesterday, as you guys know, we did connect my channel, and much love to Graf. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. I thought I would have been back on the plane, back on the East Coast and at 7K, but unfortunately it didn't happen. It is what it is. Where the fuck is it? Somebody just said something about, you noticed how Graham is in the booth. Maybe Graham doesn't want to be anywhere near McDaniels anymore. Maybe Graham doesn't want to put up with this dude's shit. We've talked about this before. In regards to who would be the first head on the chopping block if shit went south this season. Right now, as it stands, because going into last week, our defense was ranked 15th. And that's not a joke. That's real. At this point in time right now, I do not think that Patrick Graham would be that sacrificial lamb. At least I don't think he should be. It should be Josh McDaniels. I did have somebody reach out to me today asking me, like, hey, who do you think would be the interim head coach? Or who would you want as the interim head coach? And I said Rob Ryan. I'm for it. Realistically, I'm for it. But I'm not a GM. I am not Mark Davis. So my decision, my opinion, don't mean shit. Anyways, oh my God. Dude, it is so hard to keep up with you guys tonight. But I appreciate everybody that's in here. We have 132 in the chat. If you guys haven't already, do me a favor, man. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, and smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. You guys can also follow me on the following social media platforms as you see them on the screen. And you guys see going across our ticker right now, we have all the scores so far from week 7, and the upcoming matchup between the Vikings and the 49ers should be starting in about an hour from now. Let me find Van City. This is incredibly difficult tonight, and I don't know why it's been acting like this, but I don't know. Hold on. Oh, it's not the same one. That's why. My fault, bro. That's on me. Because this one doesn't have the live chat up. Seriously? Oh, damn. Tomb Raider said only 3 likes. We have 115, 118. I can't really see. And just 3 likes. Damn. Come on, y'all. Break them thumbs. Shout out to Desert. That's my guy. You already know what it is. And yes, the champ is back. I believe is still in first place in our weekly pigskin pick'em. So keep up the great work. This past weekend was an absolute upside down weekend in the NFL. And you know what they say, any given Sunday, it is what it is. You see 58, I show 50. Is that the likes we're talking about? Okay. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, guys. You guys are keeping up better than I am. But we can do this right now. I'm not going to throw it on the screen. I will put it in the chat for you guys because I did reformat something. So I'm going to try to fix that while we do this. But let me get that. Is this the one? No. There it is. All right. We should have everything up and going right now as it pertains to, a certain thing that I like to use on these lives for you guys. I love to hear you guys get involved. I love the whole point of me doing this is to always have you guys involved. You guys, my viewers, Raider Nation, my second family, you guys always come first. So I want to hear from you. I want you guys to sound off on what you saw yesterday, how you feel about Josh McDingleberry, McDouchebag, McPuto, McDickless, it's probably a whole bunch of others. I just can't think straight right now. But you guys see it. It's actually on all my different all my different mod bots. Here it is right here, guys. Call into the Vault Line, have your voice heard, and sound off on tonight's topics. 347-471-0361, and I will be taking your calls. And we're going to do this for a little bit tonight because I want to hear from as many of you as possible. And if you're new to the channel or if you haven't called, don't be scared. Don't be shy. Sound off right now. This is the perfect time. Unfortunate circumstances, this is the perfect time for you guys to sound off and let out your frustrations right now. So I want to hear from you guys. And we do got our first caller of the night. I'm hoping this shit actually works the correct way today, but it's not looking like that right now. Okay, so we're going to have to try this shit again. This has been doing some weird shit recently ever since I updated the Roadcaster. So we're going to try something real quick. See if I can do it during this live. Hopefully I don't lose anybody. Sorry for the dead air. I hate that as well. I know who that is calling too, and I'm not ignoring you. Just throwing that out there. I'm not ignoring you. I just got to get this on the up and up, and I think this is something I'm going to have to do every single time I go live right now. Let's see if this thing pairs, and if it does, we'll be good to go. Don't call yet, guys. Oops. Damn. The thing just popped up, and then it went away. I'm going to have to do this again. Where is it? This is why I hate technology, y'all. Because now it's scanning, it's searching. Now I got to wait for it to pull up. Think we got it now. Yep. All right. You guys can try to call in now. I don't know what the hell just happened with that, but I apologize, guys. Starts don't mean shit if you're still losing. That's a fact. But again, conservative, sticking to what you know, and that's why you brought in Brian Hoyer. That's why you started Brian Hoyer, because that's what you were comfortable with yesterday. Oh, he had a good half last week, da-da-da-da-da. We saw what he did in practice. What about the young kid? There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, our neighbor from the north, Van City Raiders in the building.
What's going on, my American brothers and sisters?
What's up, bro? Sound off.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay, I'm really happy. I'm glad that I get this opportunity, Hammer, just because I've been thinking about this quite a bit. McDaniels needs to go, and I actually find it next level insulting and disrespectful to us as a fan base that he's still here. With this being said, I kind of want your thoughts on, like I said in my comment there, do we entertain keeping Ziegler for one more year? And one of my biggest reason, I do not trust Mark to make this decision again. You know, I look at the off season that Zieg had, and GMs make mistakes, don't get me wrong, and he's made a couple. He's made a couple ones, but I look at it like this. I think Josh was the one that wanted Jimmy. There were reports that came out that Ziegler wanted CJ Stroud, and reports also came out that Ziegler actually did try to move up for CJ. He brought in Spillane. He brought in Epps. We've been screaming from the mountaintops for the past 15 years to just give us a middle-of-the-pack defense. And we have it. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of look at it and I go, I mean, obviously the decision would have to be, does Dave want to stay without his friend? And if he doesn't, then he can go too. But I want your thoughts on that, and then I'm going to piggyback off of what I'm saying.
So in regards to Ziegler, like, I do think Ziegler will ultimately stay here over McDaniels. It might be a tough decision whenever the case is, whenever Mark Davis pretty much sits Ziegler down and be like, dude, you're going to have to do this. And if you don't fire him, or if you're not the one to go in the office and have that conversation with him, then I'm firing you as well. It's frustrating to see what they've done. And again, I'm not putting all the blame on Ziegler. I'm putting this on McDaniels because McDaniels is the one that's on that sideline calling the offense more than anything else every single Sunday, doing the conservative bullshit, pretty much talking to Ziegler like, hey, I had this guy 10 years ago. Can we bring him back? You bring in a quarterback. You start a quarterback yesterday that hasn't won a game as a starter in over 7 seasons, as opposed to going with a rookie. And you want to sit there, not take accountability for anything that you have done, any decision that you have made as a head coach, decisions that you've made that have cost this team losses, a team realistically right now that should be at 6-1, but terrible decision making, stupid choices that he's caused. This is why we're where we're at right now. Brandon Bolden, what the fuck are you doing here? Chandler Jones, you're a head case. Like, I don't understand. You came in here last season and started a whole bunch of problems. There were reports out there a couple of weeks ago that there were 2 guys that he was not very fond of, and those people were Derek Carr and Josh Jacobs. Kind of makes sense when it comes to Josh Jacobs, seeing that last season you came in with a depth chart of 6 running backs deep. You hardly utilized Josh Jacobs the first 4 games of the season. Then he pretty much gave you a big fuck you and led the league in rushing. You decided to hold out he held out over the franchise tag because you guys didn't want to give him a contract extension for whatever reason it is. You continue to do all this bullshit that is the Patriot way, that is nothing near what the Raiders, what Al stood for. And it's a fucking joke that we have to sit here, subject ourselves to this shit every fucking week because of one person that is truly, and you guys can take this however you want. I think a lot of you guys will agree with me when I say this, but this dude is truly the fucking cancer of this fucking team right now. And this is exactly why we are sitting below 500. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I definitely don't think at this point in time that I am. I've said it a couple of weeks ago when things were going bad, especially after that home opener loss to the Steelers. This team keeps doing what they're doing. Josh McDaniels keeps doing this ridiculous fucking play calling and stupid, terrible, conservative bullshit decisions. This is a 4-13, maybe a 5-12 team at best.
I agree. One more question that I have for you, Hammer, and I brought this up to Primos. I brought this up to Sean Johnson off the screen. Have you at all kind of paused and thought about this? Okay. Ziegler has been next level quiet. It has been all crickets from Dave for pretty much since the season started. Dave Ziegler has been on the milk carton. In my opinion, the man is pissed because he, like I said, I would rate his offseason honestly a 7, maybe an 8 out of 10. He brought in some guys that have been performing extremely well. I'm not going to say Epps has been performing extremely well, but he's been performing above average. Robert Spillane has been a dog.
Yeah, he has.
Us.
Spillane was a guy that
Mayer has flashed. Tucker has flashed. You know, everybody keeps saying Ziegler's draft class sucks. Ziegler. How do we know that when the head coach isn't getting the best out of these guys? In order for a rookie to succeed in the NFL, they need to be coached properly from day one. And you got this fucking clown mentoring these guys. Can I get your thoughts on that in terms of like I said, Ziegler has been quieter than a mouse.
So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you saw the live I did a couple of weeks ago before the game against the Patriots. I did have a writer up in New England. Shout out to T Murph, by the way. He was a great guest, by the way. But he gave some insights on the certain things that McDaniels is doing right now that is all that of the Patriot way, and certain things that the Patriots, again, I don't know why this dude can't just be his own person and continue to suck at the teat of Bill Belichick. But it was said that when it comes to rookies, and we've seen this the last year and a half going into year 2, how this guy has drafted these players, and the players are constantly on the inactives list. No matter, like O'Connell, you have him inactive every fucking week. You have him as the emergency quarterback.
That's a Josh decision, is it not?
Yeah. Jaden Silvera.
Is that a Josh decision? Yeah, it is.
That's what I'm saying. All this stuff right here, Jaden Silvera and some of the other rookies, Amari Burney, this is all him because he feels that they're not ready. How the fuck do you know if they're ready or not if you're not having them play at the next level and playing against starters? You win against 3rd string, 4th string, 5th strings, guys that were fighting for jobs on teams in the preseason. And you're going to sit there and be like, well, this isn't the preseason, da-da-da-da-da. Hold yourself accountable and stop trying to be Belichick. Again, the Patriot way went out the fucking window when Tom Brady left that organization. Point blank, period, the end.
And like I'm saying to you, I think Ziegler has been crickets, and I think it's because he's fucking furious with how this season is going. If I were him, man, I would be too.
Somebody needs to send an APB, get his ass from whatever cave it is he's hiding in right now, and get him to speak on this shit.
Get him to come up and be like, you know what, Josh, enough is enough, man. This is fucking horse shit.
Absolutely. Van City, I got to take some other calls, though, bro. I definitely appreciate the call, man.
Oh, can I leave you with this?
Go ahead, bro.
Here's my solution. We go out. Josh calls Shane Waldron from the Seattle Seahawks. Pete Carroll has been a top 5 NFL head coach of the 20th century. Then they go out and they draft. I mean, they don't have, but they go out and they look at Michael Penix. The Washington connection is there. The friendship between Shane and Dave is there. I can see it working.
I don't want another offensive coach, but I appreciate it, bro. Take care.
All right.
We got Mike from Greensboro, North Kakalaka. What's good, man?
Hey, what's going on, Hammer? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Sound off.
Man, I got all I had after Sunday's loss to the Bears is just one word. That's all I could think the entire day was embarrassing. Man, I'm just like absolutely disgusted with this team, the lack of effort, the overall performance. You know, and I'm not going to put it all necessarily on the players. I'm going to put a lot of it. Most of it just comes down to coaching, man.
Yep.
I'm not going to blame the defense as much now. The tackling horrific. I have no idea what I saw. But the offense just anemic. You know, I think that game might have been one of the more tough games to watch in the last couple of years. I put that game honestly more hard to watch than the Jets game 2019. You know, the Cardinals game last year. Also the Saints game last year. I'm just disgusted, man. I'm ready. You know, get this guy out of here. Get him the hell out of here. He has proven and shown to not only just the fan base of Raider Nation, but he has also proven and shown to the players of his own team that he is not a leader of men and that he cannot coach this team whatsoever. I mean, I'm just disgusted, man. I'm just sick of it. I'm ready to get this guy the fuck out of here.
You and I are in the same boat,
You know,
bro.
if I had to, yeah. So, I mean, is there anything like, I know you said, you know, you're looking at Rob Ryan as your choice for interim, and that's who I'm looking at directly at for interim. Is there anyone else you could see potentially take that interim if they didn't go with Rob Ryan?
No, just for the simple fact that for me, if I was one of those defensive players right now, Rob Ryan brings that Raider mentality, that dog, that
Exactly.
nastiness, that attitude. I had coaches like that growing up, and those are the guys that you want to go to war for, right alongside your teammates.
Oh,
But that's the
absolutely.
type of guy that you would go to war for every fucking week, and that's the type of energy that we need here. Again, like I said before, when it comes to McDaniels, he stays conservative. He stays with that Patriot
Oh, yeah.
way. That shit is not. That's not the Raiders, and that's not Vegas. Like, he's got to go, man. He's got
It's
to
not even
go.
just that it's not Raiders. It's not even just that it's not Raiders. It's just not football in general. You have to take chances.
Yep.
You know, and you know, another thing about Rob Ryan is the players actually seem to actually really enjoy being coached by him. We remember, you know, all during training camp, everyone was raving about Rob Ryan. There was
Yep.
the mic'd up thing from Rob Ryan.
Yep.
Everyone seems to really enjoy being around that guy. That's what this team needs, is a coach that players can get along with, but not just get along with, that they respect. And that is something that is seriously lacking right now.
Wholeheartedly agree with you, Mike. Mike, definitely appreciate the call, man. We're going to take a couple of more.
All right, man. You take it easy, all right?
You too. Shout out to Beantown. This dude is a Patriot fan, for those that don't know, and he covers the Patriots on his channel as well. I told you when y'all signed Josh, it was a bad idea. I'm sorry. Josh can't handle everything involving being a head coach. He's got to go. Look, I said it before. Like, being a head coach, you're wearing a ton of fucking hats. He cannot handle this responsibility. Not even close. We got another caller.
Breast milk, you made my day.
We got Dave from Indiana in the building. Welcome to the vault. Sound off, bro.
What's up, Hammer? Known as Road King Raider. I've been a fan of your show for a little bit, man, and I just want to say, man, to all the fans and to you, man, because I listen to your show faithfully, bro. Man, I'm tired of this shit, man. And I went to the game yesterday. We spent a bunch of money we didn't have, but we wanted to go out there and support our team. I would say there was more Raider fans than Chicago Bear fans out there, man.
Yeah, you know the nation travels deep
and-
everywhere except the Legion.
Dude, we were deep out there. Loud. It was crazy. I mean, I was proud. I was really proud. But from the first snap, man, I could literally say that team looked defeated. It looked like they gave up. It looked like they just wanted to head home by that, man. We got to get them out of here. Literally, all I can say is I am heartbroken. I'm not even mad, man. 30 years of this, and the word is heartbroken. I'm a grown man. I'm almost 40, man. I shed a tear on the way home. 3-hour drive, man, back to Indiana with our tail tucked between our legs, man. And you know, this season has been a sham, man, and it's sad. It's really sad for us to go out there and support that team like that, and for Josh to do us like that. It's BS, man.
Slap in the
I
face.
just wanted to vent, and I appreciate you taking my call, man.
Of course, man. Dave, have a good night and definitely appreciate the call. We'll definitely talk soon, bro.
You too, brother. Thank you.
Okay. This, again, I've said this before. When I do this, and I've been doing this for my lives for quite some time now, like, I do this for you guys. I want to hear you guys sound off. I want to hear you guys vent with everything that this team is enduring right now. Again, Josh McDaniels, throw that motherfucker out the window. I feel bad for our players. And I know our players are at the point now where they're like, yo, fuck this dude. We're not playing for him. Da-da-da-da. Like, we've heard Tay vent his frustrations where he's not getting the ball, but at the same time, not putting up points. We are the worst offense right now as it stands. Averaging 16 points a game? It's fucking sin. Okay, they hung up. I'm actually going to put this, I think I put it out there. We do have another call, though. Ladies and gentlemen, Hug D's is in the building. What's good, bro?
What's going on, Hammer? What's going on, Raider Chat? Been cooking McDaniels in the comment section down below for sure. I do believe this team felt and looked that way at the beginning of the game simply because of the call for QB1 to start this game. I think McDaniels dropping the hammer on Hoyer being the starter just took the sails right out of this offense. What do you think on that?
It was a slap in the face to not use Aiden O'Connell. It really was. It was disservice to this team as well. Like, again, for those that heard the presser and the bullshit that he said, that McDaniel said today, it's just like, even last night after the game, like, oh, it's not preseason, da-da-da. How the fuck is this kid going to learn at the next level if he's not going against starters? And you were going against a team that was 1-5. You were going against a team that was 1-5. Aiden O'Connell will actually involve guys like Hooper and Mayer more consistently. You are hype over a guy in Brian Hoyer, a journeyman who hasn't won a game as a starter in 7 years. You relied on that for 60 minutes. Actually, you relied on him for 58 minutes because then all of a sudden you decide to put Aiden O'Connell in the last 2 minutes of the fucking game.
Was it just 2 minutes at the end?
I'm pretty sure it was just 2 minutes.
So then peep this. Let's say it was 2 minutes. Brian Hoyer in 58 minutes of football went 17 of 32 on 2 interceptions and 129 yards total. In 2 minutes, Aiden O'Connell went 10 for 13 for 75 yards, a touchdown and an interception.
Do we see a problem
Just
there?
those numbers alone make you go, yeah, you probably should have put him in a little
Thank you,
earlier,
Nick.
if
All
not
right,
after
Nick
the
said it
first
was
half.
5 minutes and 33 seconds to be exact. So shout out to Nick on the awesome stat. And shout out to Dominique 5, Detroit God. Jig is in the building, search and destroy. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all that are pulling on up right now because I'm seeing a lot of names in here and a couple of new names as well. And I'm looking at the top corner, 25 away from 7K. Appreciate everybody that's in here right now. And of course, John, it's always fun talking to you, bro.
Always support the hammer, man. When it comes down to it, I think our defense is good. I think the key pieces that we're now missing caused that problem in Chicago. Nate Hobbs is notorious for coming out of his corner slot and dropping people behind the line of scrimmage on outside runs.
Right.
We didn't have him. Who did we replace him with? David Long. David Long hasn't been a good open field tackler since he entered the league.
They should have They
I
should
don't
have
know
cut
why
his ass.
Mauk is-
They should have cut his ass weeks ago and kept Tyler Hall on the active roster.
Oh, Tyler Hall would have made that tackle for loss on an outside run. I guarantee it. The other thing that I saw was as soon as we lost Diablo to injury, the whole just demeanor of that defense changed. It didn't have that dog in them anymore. They weren't fighting as hard. And I think Mauga's he's a problem out there in terms of being a linebacker. He does not need to be on the field. So we saw him, I think, in the third and fourth quarter.
Shit is just, it gets more and more frustrating as I think about it more and more. Like the flight home, I tried to just put myself to sleep and I ended up waking up like 2 hours with 2 hours left in the air. But just watching that game before I left Vegas, I got sick to my stomach and I'm just like, something has to give at this point. I'm actually gonna put something up in the chat for you guys to answer. I'm gonna put a poll up momentarily because at this point in time, like, again, we're approaching the trade deadline. Trade deadline's a week away. I'm actually going to start the poll right now. What are the Raiders going to be by the trade deadline? Buyers or sellers? I just put it up in the chat. This is just getting beyond frustrating and upsetting. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, here's the messed up part for all of us, man. And we all have that hope, right? We all hope every year that based on the moves that we did and the coaching we have that it's going to be awesome. And it sucks that I had to say last week, if you remember when I called in, I said, hey, I'm quietly optimistic. And Graf was like, no, you need to be super optimistic, that we're going to crush this team. And every time I do that, it smacks me hard. So when I sat on the couch, I almost had a little bit of snicker because I was like, Graf, I told you so, man.
Every time we go into matchups like that, every time we go into matchups like this, I say we have a tendency of playing down to our opponents, and that's exactly what happened. A 1-5 team with a undrafted quarterback who played D2 college football. How the fuck? How do we lose to that? How?
Yeah, he literally played at a junior college, bro. It's so frustrating. And I don't know. Give it up to DeAndre Carter. I think he crushed it on the 2 kick returns he had back. He was like 26 or 27 yards per carry, which was awesome. Just looking for a bright spot. You know me, I'm a silver lining fan, but it gets harder to find that silver lining the more and more this becomes repetitious. And it seems like I can't find anywhere on our football team where this head coach has made us quantifiably better.
He hasn't. He hasn't. Like, do you see the decline of the elites in Devontae? Like,
oh yeah,
one person made that happen. And it wasn't Derek Carr, because he still put up some very solid numbers last year with Derek Carr. It's Josh McDaniels. That's it.
That's all it is. I appreciate you, Hammer. I'm going to let you get to the next caller, man, but thanks for keeping the line open so we can call in and vent our frustrations.
Of course, brother. Much love, bro.
Bye.
Shout out to Marco Bone on the $4.99. What happened to Marcel Reese? The Patriot boys just want to get rid of the true Raiders that actually had Mark Sears? Sounds about right, doesn't it? We got Chris from Hawaii. Aloha, bro.
Aloha, Hammer. I love your channel, man. You rock.
Appreciate you. Sound off.
So, I know we all want to get McDaniels fired, and we're all mad, and we get mad. And the sad thing is, it's not going to happen, dude. It just won't happen. I don't know why Mark Davis is stupid, blind, and ignorant. But we can be mad all we want. It's not going to happen, dude. He's gonna coach him to the end of the season. Then maybe we'll get a new coach. We should have hired Harbaugh. I know he's in a lot of trouble with the legal stuff, but we need a tough coach with discipline, smash mouth, run the football, and not all that bullshit play calling that McDaniels is doing, man. So anyway, I just wanted to say, I know we're all mad. We want McDaniels fired. Everybody's calling for his head. But we got to realize it's not going to happen. That's the frustrating thing. Thanks, Hammer. Love you.
Appreciate you, brother. That was the first call we got from Hawaii. Like, I'm mad hyped for that one right now. You guys have no idea. I did see there he is. I don't even have to screen this one. Ladies and gentlemen, our resident meathead, y'all know who it is. It's about that time. L.A. Rob.
Yeah.
Yo.
Ain't nothing about the way McDaniels is cooking right now. He's burning the
Goddamn right.
kitchen down.
You're absolutely right.
He is killing us. I tried to be one of the last people trying to be optimistic. Like, yeah, you know what? He's a goofy bastard, but let's hope that, things get together. But after what I've seen, and I want to kill this guy. Like, I want him out of our, get out. Get out. Just done. I'm done with McDaniels. And you know what? He could probably take Patrick Graham's ass with him. After what I've seen, as much as I want to get on Josh McDaniels about his horrible coaching, how are we going to let Devonta Foreman look like prime time LaDainian Tomlinson on our ass? I don't know what. We looked terrible on every phase of the game, and I was absolutely disgusted.
Oh, apparently it was apparently it was only 2 of the 3 phases that were bad. Apparently our kicking game was great yesterday. Whatever the fuck that means.
Oh, all I know is buy at the deadline, and I mean buy heavy. I'm talking about whatever it takes. Go get either Danielle Hunter, Big Cat. Apparently, the defensive tackle from Washington is unhappy. We could probably get his ass out of there.
Which one is that? Is that Young or is that Sweat?
Not Payne. Not Payne. The defensive tackle. Not Payne, but the other one. Number 93. He was the one that said he was tired of the bullshit.
Isn't that Is it?
It wasn't Payne. I don't remember.
93. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name. I want to say it's Sweat, but I could be wrong. Allen?
It's not Sweat. Yeah, Jonathan Allen.
Okay, yeah, a couple of people in the chat. Shout out to John B. Shout out to X7608. They're both saying Josh Allen. Okay.
Look, we need to buy, and we need to buy heavy. You know what? It might cause, if they do that, it might give McDaniels a couple days, a couple weeks. We'll see what's up. But we need to buy regardless because we're gonna need some pieces. My goal is we buy now, we get rid of Josh, we promote Rob Ryan as temporary interim. Let him do that. Let Patrick Graham try to get his shit together on defense. You let Lombardi call the offensive plays, and hopefully, and then I say we run with Aiden O'Connell. I mean, that's the best chance I think we have at the moment. I get nervous. Yeah, I mean, if Jimmy Garoppolo still had his arm from Frisco, then maybe he could be like a bridge quarterback. But unfortunately, he doesn't look like it. He doesn't look like he has anything left. So, and I just read that he might not even be ready to go for Detroit on Monday.
I see that's so weird because I'm hearing different stories with that. Like they're saying, oh, he's probably going to be out like a week, but he'll be back for Detroit. And now you're telling me that this shit is so up and down right now. Like we all were here. We were all here for the Shield More Live we did last week. And we were all under the belief, especially from what Hondo had said. It was just us making the assumption that AO was going to start yesterday. And clearly that didn't happen.
Right. You know what it is? I think that McDaniels was so gun shy after what happened, because he knows his job is hanging in the balance. And I'm pretty sure that, he wouldn't act the way he does if he wasn't worried about his job. I'm pretty sure he's nervous about his job. And I think what happened was he saw what happened with Aiden O'Connell against the Chargers. And he's like, oh, shit, if I put the kid in, he's not ready to go. And we don't know how good Aiden is playing in practice. We don't know. We just seen what we've seen in preseason and against the Chargers.
Right.
Now, I still would rather put him in than Hoyer. Don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, we got to do something. Something's got to get done. The season's not gone, but it's revving its engine to start taking off.
So I'm looking at the chat right now. I'm looking at the chat from the poll I put up, and we got 64 votes so far. Are the Raiders going to be buyers or sellers by the trade deadline? 62% said sellers, 38% said buyers.
Why? Because people are already, oh, fuck it, we're just going to sell everything and start from the beginning. That's the dumbest decision ever.
it goes back to what Waste says. People want to be lovable losers, martyrs. Oh, fuck this. I give up, whatever. There's a chance that let's hypothetically say that we do sell. There's still going to be a chance that McDaniels could be here. You really want him to build this shit? Fuck that. Don't sell shit. You can sell what? Maybe if we decide to go AO, we can get rid of Garoppolo. Maybe we can get rid of Renfro like we've been trying to do.
Well, we can get out of that contract with Garoppolo at the season's end, and I'm pretty sure that we do not get a cap hit. It's similar to the way that we had the out.
If I recall correctly, like I think he was only guaranteed around 40-something million, and we paid like 33 at signing.
Yeah, so we're out like we were similar to that of DC, which was smart on their behalf doing that, but again, this was one of
Ziegler, get rid of McDaniels.
Yeah, this was one of McDaniels' guys. Another one of McDaniels' guys, and we see how it's worked out. It hasn't. Like, dude has been fucked up twice already, and we're 7 weeks into the season. Like, I've talked about O'Connell starting maybe towards the tail end of the season if it was a given that we were not a playoff team. At this point in time, they keep this shit up, you might as well just put AO in the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think that they're going to have to roll Garoppolo at least one more time to see what happens. Knowing us, we're going to fucking come out and beat fucking Detroit on Monday, and then
lose to the Jets and Giants.
See, McDaniels is good. Huh?
I said, yeah, we'll beat Detroit and then we'll lose to the Jets and Giants in back-to-back weeks.
I don't see that. Because I think depending on the moves that we make in this next week, we'll tell everything. If we go get a Daniil Hunter, we go get a Big Cat, we go get one of these guys, that's going to depend. Like, we'll see. I know Mitchell Renz is saying, like, he's here for players that they're already ready to go, like, get rid of McDaniels. I don't know what his sources are. I don't want to knock him. I like Mitch. So
I do know some of the players that he does have access to. So I can tell you right now, and I can back him. I have a lot of respect for Mitch. The conversations that he's having with these players, like I said, I know a handful of them that he's talking to. The shit is accurate. The shit is very, very accurate right now.
Well, then that tells me right there, get rid of McDaniels, promote one of his interim head coaches, and then we go after somebody like Detroit's OC or something like that. Because Josh McDaniels, I was trying to be positive, but it's the truth. He can't do shit without Tom Brady, period.
Nope. Neither can Belichick. That's clear as day.
Yep.
Rob, appreciate the call as always, bro.
Move on. All right, brother. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later.
Take care. We got Wilder from ATL in the building. What's good, bro?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm just calling in, man. And I'm just like everybody else. I'm just releasing my frustration on what's going on, man. And I'm like everybody else, man. It's time for this to go, man. I mean, I'm with you. I agree. When they first hired this dude, I cringed because I was like, man, no, man, not this dude. But I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Same here.
And my surprise, he did not disappoint me. I don't know what's wrong with this dude. I think he has a God complex. He wants to implement a system that has been expired since number 12 left in wing. And I really hope that Mark Davis, with it being Halloween, I wish he just channel his dad's spirit just to come back and to get into his body, just to fire this jackass, because this man is destroying our team. I'm like everybody else. I'm a hard-nosed Raiders fan, and it hurt me to see how they were playing yesterday, and it didn't make no sense. And I was listening to Mitch, and he was saying that the Chicago Bears knew our play. That just lets you know, man, that we're it's like this dude doesn't have a tool in his body how to be different. When you keep over and over and over. Sooner or later, somebody's gonna get a win of it. So, man, I was just, it hurts me to see my team like this for real, man. It hurts me. I'm disappointed with everything that Devontae is going through, man. Because it's like this dude is breaking Devontae down, and it's like he's pretty much ending this man's career. Because he came here because he wanted to play with DC. All right, they lied to him. They ended up getting rid of DC, man. And that was messed up within itself.
Wait. And I don't mean to cut you off, but playing with DC was not the only reason that he came to Vegas. He was a Raider. He was a Raider fan as a little kid. He grew up loving the Raiders. He wanted to be a Raider. It wasn't just because of DC.
Well, yeah, that too. I forgot to mention that too, but you're right on that too. He wanted because he grew up a Raiders fan, and he wanted to be close to home so his grandmother could see him play.
Right.
And for him to go through all this, and if I had this happening, man, I just don't know, man. It's sad, how they did Josh, that's messed up. The dude, he outperformed, what I'm looking for. He pretty much, he proved them wrong. He earned that extension, and for them to do him like that was messed up. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like he's trying to get rid of all the stars. The Chandler Jones thing, that kind of took me by surprise, but I didn't really know this had a history like that, man. And I'm like, damn, it's almost AZ 2.0. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, I'm just, like I said, I'm just calling in, just, voicing my frustration, and I just hope that Mark Davis just do the right thing for the whole entire Raider organization and get rid of this dude because he's killing us. He's not helping us. He has to go. Point blank.
Wilder, definitely appreciate the call, bro.
No problem, man. Take care.
You too. Damn, we've really been on over an hour. I got another caller. Ghost Sniper from Cali is in the building. What's good, bro?
What's good, bro?
Sound off, bro.
Remember when we hired Josh? I told you numbers don't lie.
Yep.
Numbers do not lie. I said it. I said this. Numbers don't lie. He has got support from an overrated quarterback from New England. Sorry. You were not going to like what I say, but Tom Brady is overrated.
Why would I?
The system fits.
Why would I disagree with that?
Well, I know you won't. You're probably head scratching. Why is he saying overrated? Played in the weak division for 18 years. You can take those 7 Super Bowls, 3 of them, take away. The Tuck rule, Atlanta, Seattle, because those ones are all given.
It's pretty damn valid.
The system is trash. System is trash. It got to go. We need to go back to being Raiders football. Not Patriots. We're not Patriots. And we're not loved by the league. We need to go back to being Raiders football. That's it. Get this guy out of here.
Wholeheartedly agree with that, Ghost.
He's killing the nation. He's killing their players. Time to go. Take Ziegler. Take him. Get the hell out of here. It is what it is. But I'm going to call and say, told you, numbers don't lie. That's the word. That's the word of the week. Numbers don't lie.
Ghost, definitely appreciate the call.
So all right, bro. Love you.
Shout out to Ghost Sniper. Still got the line open. We've been on for over an hour, almost an hour and 10 minutes to be exact. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all that are in here. And if you haven't already, you guys see at the top 24 from 7K. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell. We got another caller. Got Dre the Kid from Cali. Sound off, bro.
Sorry with you, bros. Hey, listen, man. I've seen a lot of people, in the last couple of days, actually the last couple of weeks, talk about being potential buyers at the trade deadline. My thing, why would you want to be buyers? Why would you want these guys to be buyers when they could potentially trade away all of our assets, that we could use to really build this team correctly with younger talent opposed to veteran talent moving forward? They could potentially use our assets to essentially, fuck us up on the way out the door. I don't want to be buyers. I personally think that. Hold on 1 second. My bad. I personally think that that if I'm Mark, I'm telling him, look, if I am going to keep Josh around until the end of the year, you're not making no more moves. You're gonna see how this is gonna work out with the guys that you have. Obviously, it ain't gonna work. However, I'm not giving them no amount of power to buy anything at this point. Because clearly whatever they're doing is not working, right? So, and I've been very down on this team ever since they signed Garoppolo. I've been said that he's trash as fuck. I've been said that we have the sorriest quarterback room in football.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, even if we do fire McDaniels, right, that does not change the fact that we don't have a quarterback on this roster. We don't have a quarterback on this roster that could go head to head with, the top 20, 25, fuck, even 30 quarterbacks in this league.
Right.
Consistently, week in, week out, right? So if I'm Mark, I understand, he don't know football, and he's let everybody know that he don't know football like that. But what I am telling him is, if I'm Mark, I'm telling him, look, obviously, I brought you guys here to run football operations. I've gotten out the way. I've let you guys get your own guys. I've let you guys fuck over, our own guys in the process. Okay. But what I am gonna not let you do is buy anything before this trade deadline. I just think that until we get a quarterback, bro, nothing matters, right? So do I see a scenario where they don't play Aiden moving forward? Yeah. Here's my thing though, right? Here's as far as the quarterback goes, they're not going to play Aiden, bro. Simply due to Josh don't believe in him. But see, this goes back to the whole thing of, if you don't believe in the guy, then why draft him in the 4th round to begin with?
Agreed.
Right. So that's the reason why that we keep seeing Garoppolo, and now we're seeing Hoyer come in and play. And if I'm being honest with you, bro, out of all the 3 guys today, as we speak today, and this is a low-ass benchmark, and it's fucking sad if you think about it. But if you really think about it, as far as downfield throws, comparing all 3 quarterbacks, Hoyer has the best, deep. To me, I think Hoyer has the best deep ball out of all 3. And that ain't saying much. By no stretch is that saying anything.
Wow.
I'm just saying it ain't, you know what I mean? Like, what do they really have to choose from, right? So, I mean, I think the writing's on the wall, bro. I think that, originally I had said that we're going 3-14.
Mm-hmm.
I do see us getting blown out this week. I see us splitting with the New York teams. I see us beating Denver and potentially the Colts. Okay? But what I've always feared is, let's say best case scenario, we do end up winning 6-7 games, right? Let's say both New York teams. Let's say we do beat the Colts and we beat Denver again, right?
Mm-hmm.
We end up winning 7 games. Mark is the type of guy that'll sit there and say, oh, well, we're at least 1 game better than we were the previous year, so I'm going to give it time to see where it's headed. But the problem is that the whole trajectory of this entire regime, there is no trajectory. It's just going, it's headed straight down, right? At least in 2015, after. trajectory going up, right? It wasn't one of those things where, yeah, we went 7-9. However, it was one of those things where we seen where we're going with this. More than half of these guys, bro, next year are not going to be here.
I
Right?
agree.
So
I
that's
definitely
what
agree with that.
I fear winning 7 games, and Mark obviously don't know football, and that being McDaniels and Ziegler's pitch to Mark, hey, look, you guys gave us a roster that we needed to completely rehaul. Yes, we made the playoffs, but me and you both know it was a low-key fluke. But look, I mean, we won one more game, you know, and what they would eventually end up pitching to Mark is, hey, look, we didn't have a quarterback on the roster, and we still won one more game that we did in the previous year.
Whose fault is that though?
That would be their pitch to Mark.
Yeah, but whose fault is that in regards to us not having a quarterback? Whose fault is that? Who had the option?
Oh.
Who could have tried to reunite Aaron Rodgers with Devontae Adams in Las Vegas? Like, there were other quarterbacks out there. We could have got a quarterback in the draft, and they didn't do any of that.
Sure. I agree, bro. I agree. And for that reason only, right? Like, you know, everyone says Ziegler and McDaniels are a package deal. But to me, that is McDaniels' quarterback. They literally drafted this guy. That's your guy, and clearly it does not. It's not going to work here. It's not going to work, right? And it has nothing to do with health either, bro. If we're just talking about pure ability, okay? I'm gonna say it again, pure ability. Number 10 does not have as much pure ability as number 4 does. I'm not saying that number 4 was the savior or was the guy that won the championship or whatever.
But it's still
it
a
wasn't
fact.
Gonna happen under the previous guy. But as far as pure ability, number 4 last year has more pure ability better than any one of these 3 guys that we have currently. Sorry, it's just the truth. And it wasn't even going to work with him, right? So I think the day, like you said, they had a chance to bring Aaron Rodgers in. They had a chance, and they, for whatever reason, they didn't want to make it happen. I wasn't a big fan of it due to his age. However, if they would have brought him in, I would understand. I seen somebody else comment on Twitter last night. I seen somebody else say you would think that Mark would have more of a incentive to really try to win this year, being the fact that the Super Bowl is in Vegas, right? Yep. I mean, you're not gonna pitch the guys like me and you that've been doing this shit for decades that with what they did in the off season, they're putting themselves in the best potential spots to, contend for a Super Bowl.
Not
right?
even close. Not even close.
And not even close. So that's where we're at now. We're a 3-4 team, and the real fans knew that those previous 2 wins were fucking. You know what I mean? Put it this way: we're a bad team, and we played teams that were just as bad as us. They just happen to be, a couple points worse than us on those given days. It doesn't say much. My thing is, where is this leading to in the future? That's my thing. And to be honest with you, bro, like there is no future with this. Again, more than half of these guys are gonna be gone next year. So, and also until you get that quarterback, nothing matters. So at the end of the day, I don't want these guys, using any of our draft capital moving forward to get anybody. Doesn't matter. I don't trust these guys. And let's say that they do know that they're on the way out, right? At the end of the day, the owner has to sign off on the final, the final decision, right?
Right.
If I'm Mark, I'm telling them, look, guys, you guys have these last few months here. If you fucking somehow go on this miraculous, you know what I mean, some fucking Disney movie type run, right? and great. Then great. Then you have a job. But moving forward, bro, like I gotta weigh out my options here. And you guys are not making any more money decisions or draft decisions moving forward. It's just not gonna happen.
Dre, definitely appreciate the call, my brother. Feel free to call back anytime, man.
Definitely, bro.
Take care. Oh, man. You guys have had a lot to say. You guys have gotten a lot off your chest tonight, and I'm definitely thankful for each and every single one of y'all that are calling in. And we got another one. Steel Cage Savage from Cali in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Sound off, bro.
What's going on, man? So listen, I got a little bit of a different take
We should be celebrating what the Bears did to us yesterday.
Why?
We really should. Because this makes us one step closer to getting rid of this goofball, lying, fraudulent, fugazi, cubic zirconium regime called Josh McDaniels. If we get shellacked like we did yesterday, in the next 5 games, 4 or 5 games, I guarantee you he'll be gone. And listen, I agree with everything your callers have said, 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we keep hoping that we're going to beat some weak ass? Look, we were lucky to beat the bad teams that we beat so far. That's how bad we are.
But we also lost to 2 bad teams in the Steelers and the Chargers as well.
Exactly. And we got our asses handed to us by maybe record-wise the worst team in football, record-wise.
Yep.
I've actually liked some of the things the Bears have been doing these last few games. They've shown much improvement. But record-wise, they were the worst team in football, and they served us like Mr. Belvedere. We should be happy.
That was an old school show in the 80s for those that don't know.
Listen, I hate watching my Raiders lose. It makes me sick. It hurts. But we should be celebrating the fact that right now, where we're at, the temperature of the team, the temperature of the league, I truly believe what happened yesterday has made us one step closer to getting rid of this cubic zirconium fraudulent coach. Listen, if you look at, I watched Mitchell Renz earlier.
Right.
He's lost the locker room. And I'll tell you this, I think they lost yesterday on Friday night when they announced that Brian Hoyer was going to start. I truly believe that the locker room said, what the hell is going on?
I wouldn't be surprised.
You look at how the defense played. They're not tackling. Nobody's they looked at each other and said, really? You're going to play Brian Hoyer, who hasn't won a game in almost 8 years, over a rookie that got some promise? That team, he lost the locker room and that game yesterday on Friday night when they announced Brian Hoyer was going to be the starter. The team looked at each other and said, we don't stand a freaking chance. We're not going to put our butt. I played every sport as a young man, some city leagues and stuff like that. And Bart Scott, I said it once before to Hammer, they know when the coaching staff is full of crap. The players know. And I'll tell you what, the minute he announced Brian Hoyer to his team, the players looked at each other and said, nah, we're good. We're good. And as of right now, listen, I've never been happier as a Raider fan to see us lose. I truly believe this makes us one. If we believe what Mitchell Renz was saying earlier, and I do, he's got no reason to lie to us. And I believe Mitchell Renz's credibility is good. He's got relationships with some of these guys on the team. I believe what he said earlier on his show when he was talking about the different players that have come out anonymously saying, enough's enough. This is horrible. Like they're not buying in. They're not believing in what McDaniels is preaching anymore. They're out. You saw Marcus Peters give the Ole. You know why? Because he don't believe in the coaches. He's like, I'm not putting my body on the line for a measly $2 million for this guy that doesn't know what he's doing.
Agreed. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Celebrate.
If I was in any of these guys' position right now, I wouldn't want to be playing for this asshole either. I wouldn't. The dude is clear as day a fucking dictator to this organization. Again, he continues to be or attempt to be Bill Belichick and doing all the wrong things. Sticking to old conservative shit. You don't have a Tom Brady anymore. You do not have an elite quarterback right now. And certain down and distance situations where you know you should be going for it, you're going the conservative route and kicking for 3 points. Why? Like, you want to lose. You want to lose. That's exactly what it is. You want to lose.
Right. He's a team killer. He's a team destroyer. He did it in Denver first. Now he's doing it with us. And I'm telling you, the Raider Nation should not be mad about what happened yesterday. I stopped pulling for us to win when we went 1-3.
I was mad we won against Green Bay. I was mad we won against New England because it was fool's gold. The defense was playing decent, but it was fool's gold. Fool's gold will have everybody fooled, believing there's something there, hoping in it, only to pull it back and find it's fraudulent. This guy is a fraud. The players on this team deserve better than him, and we as fans deserve better than him. And people might think I'm crazy for saying this. Maybe I'm just a wacky conspiracy theorist. But he might have come in to purposely sabotage this team. Maybe he was sent from the league. I don't know. We all know the league has always had it in for the Raiders from the days of Rozelle and Al Davis all the way to this goofy Goodell telling Max Crosby he can't wear his face mask and the symbol of sobriety. We can wear pink ribbons on our jerseys during breast cancer month, but we can't wear something that symbolizes sobriety. Not if you're a Raider, you can.
Of course not. Again, we will forever be public enemy number one.
We will forever. So, I mean, look, I don't like to believe in the setup. I really don't, because I'll lose faith in everything. What if this guy really did come in to sabotage? Look, you don't have to love Gruden. You don't have to love Mayock. But I'll tell you what, we were with Gruden that last year, right when he got canceled, we were 5-2.
Yeah.
And before Ruggs got arrested, we had the number one offense in football.
Yep.
Now, our defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. But we had the number one offense in football with a bad defensive coordinator. I won't say bad, but it wasn't great. It wasn't good at all. Gus Bradley kind of brought it together towards the end of that season, enough to pull together some tight wins, and that's okay. But we were 5-2 with John Gruden. Now, there was questionable stuff that John Gruden did. But I'll tell you this much, those players loved him, and they loved Versace. There's not a coach that's not going to make some mistakes in the draft, some mistakes here and there. All coaches have made those things.
But when you're a habitual line stepper and doing the same thing over and over and over again, clearly you are the common denominator. Yeah. You are the problem, and you need to be shipped out quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Right, and believe me, I'm not over here tooting Gruden's horn. I'm not. Believe me, I'm just in comparison to what we've had recently. This guy right here took a team and has you gotta wonder, Hammer, if this guy is purposely doing this, because it's like you got kids, I got kids, father's got kids. If your kids are continuously doing certain things, you have to wonder, what is your problem? Can't you check the temperature of the water before you jump in? There's no way we can really believe that he doesn't see what's going on. There's no way we can sit there and look at this guy with a square face and go, don't you know what you're doing? He knows what he's doing. How much evidence do we further need? I don't know whether he was sent from the league or not, but I'll tell you this damn much. It's been ridiculous. It's some of the worst and humiliating losses in Raider Nation history has come on his watch. His watch. Whether it was the Rams game last year, the Indianapolis game last year, the Saints game last year, or the Buffalo game this year, or this last game. I think this last game actually takes the cake. I'll tell you why. Because the Rams game with Baker Mayfield, the Rams weren't 1-6. Jeff Saturday, coming in off coaching a high school team, actually has some professional football experience on the field.
That's experience on the field, not as a coach.
I agree. It's debatable, but I think yesterday was worse. I'll tell you why. Because not only did Chicago Bears have a laundry list of injuries that doubled ours, okay? When's the last time you've seen not just a D2 rookie come in and start, but a Division II undrafted rookie come in and look like and do what they've done and do what he did to us yesterday? That shit is embarrassing, Amber.
I agree, bro.
This shit is fucking embarrassing. And I love this show because I think you give a voice to some really angry fans right now. I love your football knowledge. I really do. And I'm just coming in with the perspective, Hammer, saying, maybe we should be celebrating what happened yesterday, because I really do believe this puts us one game closer to getting this cubic zirconium out of here.
Savage,
He's a fake.
Savage, I appreciate the call, bro.
I love you guys, man. I love your content, man. I really appreciate you guys. Because when I'm pissed off, I'm definitely I turn on you guys. I turn on Wasted. I turn in Graphics. I turn on Mitch, and I just, I know how everybody feels. But Raider Nation, celebrate what happened to us, because it puts us one game closer to getting rid of this clown. Raider Nation for life.
Take care, man. So I'm gonna put this on hold for a second because I want to sound off on this myself real quickly. Give me 1 second, guys. Where is it? All right, I put on Do Not Disturb for a minute. So a couple of weeks ago, those that have been watching, I've been doing this. This is going into year 3, if I remember correctly. But those that have been watching me long enough know how I feel about the word tanking and the word rebuild. I, for one, where I grew up, the town I grew up playing high school football at the first high school I went to, losing was not an option for us. And a lot of the times throughout middle school and high school, we were that team that would 9 times out of 10 were either undefeated or had like 1 loss on the year. To celebrate a loss is not something that I would want to do or be happy about a loss. I don't care if there was some type of circumstance or something that we get out of it as a result of that loss. I, for one, am somebody that I hate to lose. And anybody that grew up with me, anybody that really knows me, like, it's in my DNA, especially from my hometown. Like, losing is not an option. And whenever we lost, it was a really, really sick feeling to have. Getting any type of loss, no matter what it is. Like, I hate losing. I hate losing. I'll open it back up. Pause if necessary. Shout out to Mark Carbone on the 199. Need a president of football operations to make the next hires. I've said this for the last 2 years. We need somebody with a brain to be in Mark Davis's ear on a regular basis. I think it was Van City or John Corrigan before that said, "Where's Ziegler?" I don't know.
All right.
You got Adam from Colorado in the building. Salute, bro.
So I've been a Raider fan for over 30 years, behind enemy lines, watching the Raiders faithfully. I'm just curious to why Mark Davis would think it was a good idea to bring these guys from New England, who have basically cheated over there in New England, cheated us out of a Super Bowl, have gotten caught cheating. Josh McDaniels has gotten caught cheating in Denver when he coached for the Broncos. So I'm trying to look at the whole big picture, and I honestly think, we have the worst front office. Mark Davis, I honestly think that he needs to go. I think he needs to sell the team to somebody else, to be honest with you.
We've had people that have said this. I remember when I was in Oakland in 2017, there were fans inside the Oakland Coliseum that were wearing shirts that said "sell the team, get rid of Mark Davis," this, that, and third. Like, you had sheriffs that went up to these fans and told them to either take the shirts off or they were being escorted out the stadium. I don't see Mark Davis selling this franchise anytime soon. It blows my mind, and I've said this before when it came to another professional sports team. If I remember correctly, this is a New York sports team. It was the Knicks. You have James Dolan, who is the owner of Cablevision on the East Coast, and he owns the Knicks, the Rangers. I believe he still owns the Liberty. Liberty were making the playoffs. Rangers were making playoffs. And it was like the Knicks were forgotten about until the last few years where they have been winning, or not winning, but making the playoffs, right? Now you have Mark Davis, who is owner of the Las Vegas Aces, a WNBA team for those that are unfamiliar, and they have won back-to-back WNBA championships. You seem to put together a really good team. Maybe it's just the front office that's competent enough to make the right moves and put together a team that can contend and win championships. Your front office with the Raiders, complete opposite. We are the village idiots. We are the laughingstock of the NFL. We play down to shit competition, and you see where we're at right now: 3-4 and 9-14 in the last year and a half.
I agree. And it just sucks because, we're the most loyal fans out of all of the NFL, and enough is enough, It's just hard to watch. But anyways, I just want to say I love the show. I've been watching you for a couple years. This is the first time I've gotten a chance to call in, and just want to thank you.
Definitely appreciate the call, bro. Appreciate you. Take care.
You too.
I've been on for an hour and a half. I feel like I'm never on this long anymore. I'm pretty sure me and Graf will be back tomorrow night, and you guys can call in to us as well and sound off more. If we have any news within the next 24 hours, any developing stories as it pertains to our Raiders, we'll make sure to bring it up during the live tomorrow night. I believe we're going to do 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So stay tuned for that. Let me take down the Vault Line. Let me take down the... Oh, no, that was already down. It goes to show I'm really, really tired right now. Guys, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all that pulled on up tonight. If you haven't already, on your way out, break them thumbs. Hammer that sub. Smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, fantasy, and more. In the house at Hammer, built by the nation for the nation, Raider Nation News today. As you guys see, top right corner, 21 away from 7K. Tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your uncle. Tell them all, man. Y'all will always be here with real Raiders content. Much love to everybody that called in tonight. A lot of you guys were able to get everything out and sound off and just tell us how you really feel, which this is what this is for. This is why I do this. I give you guys news. I give you guys my knowledge, my thoughts, my opinions. But this show doesn't go without each and every single one of y'all. So I appreciate all the callers that called in tonight. Much love and appreciation to each and every single one of y'all. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID is back on the rise. Remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. Peace, love, and positivity. See you guys tomorrow. I'm out.